Hello everybody, Michael here, and today we'll be let's playing Katawa Shoujo. A while back, one of my friends brought this game to me, and I did play it, but it was a while back, and recently I've been into YouTube and whatnot, so I thought I would do a let's play on this. Being that I like anime and gaming, this is like one of the perfect games to play. And for those who do not know what Katawa Shoujo is about, it is supposed to be really sad, apparently. Like, nothing but feels. It's about 5 crippled girls, disabled in one way or another. And the main character as well is disabled, and he goes to a school full of disabled kids. This is where he finds, I suspect these are the girls, I guess that's him. There's supposed to be a lot of routes. I'm gonna play one, see how long it takes, possibly play the others as well. I'm doing this just for fun. I really enjoyed the game when I played it, and I hope you do too. Let's get started. Also, sorry, excuse my English. It's not the best sometimes, but it's alright, I guess. Alright. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The delicious trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyways? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes slightly falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Oh no, that's not good. Hasso? You came? A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to 100 times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. That's a little strange. I turn to face the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. So I guess this is the girl. Iwanako. I got a note telling me to wait here. It was you? It was yours? As a question, of course. She's the only one out here. Who else would it be? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result? Yeah, you could have done a little better. Pathetic, I agree. Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried. Ooh, ominous beating. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. It's so cold. It's snowing. Why are you wearing nothing but a skirt? Like some stockings. So, here we are, out in the cold. Very observant of you. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. I probably pronounced that wrong. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. Sorry about that pause. You see, I wanted to know. Oh no, this beating is very bad. If you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, safe from my pounding heart. I wanted to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Haso? I reach up to try to message my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Haso! My whole body freezes. I'm sorry. Save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. I think he's having a heart attack. Haso! The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. Yeah, he definitely had a heart attack. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky. Iwanako running toward me. All these fade to black. Yeah, he's definitely dying. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the instant clatter. I'm just gonna say instant clatter of the branches above. That's definitely not what that word says. Some big words. No, not really that big. Alright, we have some animation here. Oh yes, this is a 4-Leaf Studios creation or sponsor or whatever. You'll be able to find the link at the bottom. When it does go into animation like this, it is very good. Very well drawn out, as you can see. Very, like I said, this is a very good visual novel. VN. If I remember correctly, January 4th, 2012 it came out. I know I'm a little late, but it's good, so I thought this would be a great first Let's Play, personally, but I'm only doing this for fun. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. I thought it was a heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably in that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word, a foreign, alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They say it was a miracle I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think they were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. Oh Lord. They apparently had a full day. Not they. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell their house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I have to stay in the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards, but the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me either sympathy had been turned into a class project. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty depressing. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on regular basis. Iwaniko was the very last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had much to talk about when she visited anyway. Well, they could have talked about him basically having a heart attack in front of her, but we didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. Well, y'all probably should have. That would have been a great topic to talk about. The hospital. It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a few rough estimates of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time. Think of it as some kind of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. Man, I'd be watching TV all the time. I mean, that's really all you can do. I mean, look at the bed. That's all you have to do is just lay down, watch TV. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital. Although it was more like a storage room for books, I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. What, did you eat them? I found that I like reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a a book in my hands, but I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. Sounds kind of depressing. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the books I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness throughout the barrier of nonchalant I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that only happened rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. Not with that attitude. There's a ritual in the head. There is this ritual in the head cardiologist has. The head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside, as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. "Hello, Hasso. How are you today?" says the doctor. I don't answer him, but smile a little back at him. "I believe that you can go home. Your heart is strong now, and with some precaution, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescriptions." The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look for myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Oh my god, that's a lot of letters. Letters and numbers. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosage are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. Okay, I get it. All this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid that this is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please, calm down. Hasso. Hasso? Yeah, that's his name. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. Okay, I'm guessing this is his talking. He's just like thinking it. The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that medication is suitable. So I've spoken with your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy, and that specializes with dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? It has 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from highly regarded general hospitals. The majority of the students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise the fact. If it were really that free, there wouldn't be 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look at we went out there and had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Wow, he must be really mad. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school. And while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. Sorry. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All these students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Wow, his dad is making it sound really bad. Your father's right. And many of the graduates in that school have gone to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disabilities. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't see anything. The fact is, I know now it's futile. I look around the room feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, and my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this. But the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I tried to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. This is all I can think. This is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. And that is the prologue. I guess we'll go ahead and stop it there. Start with Act 1 in the next episode. Please leave a like. That would be extremely helpful. But yeah, if you want to see more, definitely come check it out. This is a like I said before, a visual novel, so there will be a lot of reading. There will be choices, and based on the choices, you will have different endings with different girls or no girls whatsoever. I might just die. Who knows? But I hoped it was as good for you as it was for me. But yeah, I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.